Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Uta the Wolf 34 signing on again this morning, which is like mad early in the morning. I just made a little thing on Facebook to let everybody know that's on my Facebook. Know that I'm doing the 200 subby giveaway. When I reach up to 200, right now I'm in the 100, I think 146, I think. I was just doing this to tell you guys that I finished coloring in at least basically most of my art. This is me, and if I had ever have a son, I would name him Nix, Nix, which would probably never happen. I've been basically, I can't have children, so that's the hardest part of my life at my age. So this is me at the stone with flowers, crying over it, and my son doesn't know why I'm crying. He's looking up at me and crying because he sees me doing it. And we're painted wolves, which were created, well, not painted, but we're just, I would say rainbow wolves. We are each different colors of the rainbow. I'm a purplish color and he's blue. And we're by the tombstone of my mother's aunt, which I always grew up as knowing her as Aunt Louise. She died from secondhand smoke from her husband, which he passed away, I think, before I was born in real life. She died of secondhand smoke 2 days after my 16th birthday, which was really heartbreaking. To me, it sent me through a really downward spiral. And I'm still going through that spiral today. And I constantly have dreams about her and everything. The only time that nobody told me that she passed away, I was in foster care at the time. And 2 days after my 16th birthday, I got her flowers that, when she was in the hospital and she was still sick, I gave her flowers, and the only time that I found out that she passed away was when they gave me back the flowers and they were dead, and I kind of figured it out. I was devastated. I was like attached at her hip when she was alive, always visiting her, always cooking with her, cleaning with her. I got to sleep over like I think twice because I had rules down at the old folks, we called it. And there were like little tiny 1 bedroom. There was no bedrooms. They just made the apartments how they wanted it, and they had like a bedroom, a kitchen slash living room, and little dining area, and it was all one big room. So they had to separate sections off to make it comfortable. And that's me and my son. This is an Octavian wolf that had 7 miscarriages because I created them, the Octavian wolves, and these are her gills. This says Hope and Crush, and Hope is a sign in Ireland. Green is the sign of green is the color of hope. But she had 7 miscarriages, so each scratch on her face that she caused herself is bloodied, and she's crying out bloody tears out of her tattoo that's wrapped around her eye. Each Octavian wolf has a different branding around their eye, and it's actually branded into their fur, into their skin, and every time they lose a child, they cry blood. And their eyes are always green. Around her eyes or her eyelids, and they're red from crying. And she's very depressed because she can never have a child, just like me. Trying to make this into a better point, but Octavian wolves, they have to have complete silence in the water. No rustling, no noise from human life. They have to find a place where there's nothing around, and they have to have water water source completely deepened enough for their whole body to be under a cave under the water, stuff like that. An old beaver dam, something like that, and they can't have any noise or they'll miscarry, and she's had 7. And the lifespan of an Octavian wolf is not long, so they try to mate as much as possible, and it's hard to find a mate. You have to look a certain way, perform a certain way, a ceremony to get a mate, and it's very hard for them. This is my male tamed, undone yet, Phoenix. I haven't named him yet. This is my mother when she was pregnant with us as a wolf. There's my dad sitting down, just relaxing. He's saying, "Time to rest, hon. You got pups on the way." And she's like, "I know." And there's the cave. She doesn't want to lay down, but she has to. This is me. Using the stripes like on Umbreon from Pokemon, and I have scratches on me from battling, and I'm crying, and my eyes are turning the black and everything like that because I black out when I fight. So my hair was blue at the time, and as some people know, I have a high testosterone level in my body, not normal to a female. So, I have chin hair, and I have to shave it, and I also get a little mustache at the corner of my upper lip, and I get like mutton chops. They're like long sideburns, and it connects with the beard. So I have to shave it all the time, and I hate doing it, but I have to, because then it gets like scratchy, and it pinches with my dog collar. It says Uta Gay, Sigma, YouTuber, and aunt. It says, when darkness takes over, all the fun and happiness leaves you. Just remember you have family and some friends. But most of all, I have a pack. And I do have a pack. This is me and Jesse. I always called him my polar bear, so he's a polar bear. And I'm a wolf with the green and blue hair. And I colored the ears the color and the hair. And I'm crying, and he's crying. He's passed away a few days before Christmas of last year, 2017, from infection that went into his blood. And I wrote, in loving memory of my polar bear forever. And I'll always miss him. This is JR, a painter wolf running from a hunter. It's an orangey red with red in it. Yellow muzzle, and there's like air coming out like fog. He's crying because he knows he's going to get hunted down because he's not fast enough. He's too young. And even at a young age, he's not fast. He's weak. And he has orange eyes and purple and green hair, purple and green ears. And he's got red around his eyes, and most of his fur is orange mixed with red, and his muzzle is yellow. And my twin Moonheart 33, or Moonheart 34, it could be, I believe, created the Painter Wolves, and I just do some just on the side. I did one other one, and it's up on my wall. A lot of my art that was in this book is up on my wall right now. But these are my new artworks that I've been doing. And that's about it for my artwork. But remember, you guys, you have loved ones and they do pass away. But if they ever get sick, always be on their side. Always be by their side. Never leave their side. Even if they ask you to. Because you never know when they might just drop dead, basically. I wasn't around when Jesse was sick. And I could have helped him. He just gave up. He lost hope. He had the medicine to take. And he just, I guess, in a sense of terms, he just basically gave up. He was looking for me on my other Facebook channels, and didn't find this one on my channel, on my Facebook that I have now, and just gave up. I couldn't find him on a Facebook, other Facebooks, and I guess he couldn't find me. So he wanted to come back to me, his sister said, before he got sick, and he was upset that he dumped me. I guess he was confused, and he got sick real bad, and the infection went into his bloodstream, and it was already basically too late for him. And I regret leaving Meriden. I regret leaving him behind. I regret a lot of things. I had a lot of friends back there, and I can't even put the blame on my older sister. I could, because she's the one who made me leave, but at the same time, me and Jesse were dealing with a lot of problems, and he was very paranoid about a lot of stuff and blaming me on a lot of stuff, and even though he was blaming me, I still stuck by him. I always told him I would never cheat on him. But people were putting words in his ears and stuff like that, and it was impossible, and I couldn't deal with it at that time, so I left. And I kept on coming down to visit him, but every time it looked like he was just getting sicker and sicker, he was unhealthy. He was about almost like, I think he was close to 6 feet tall and like almost 500 pounds. But he was my polar bear, and I was his wolf. And I gotta leave that right there, you guys. And I will draw more. Don't worry about it. And I'll try to make it more happier for you guys, okay? This is Uta the Wolf 34 signing out. Bye, guys.